Okay, welcome to our video on the difference quotient. This is part 2, and we're just going to go through example 3. So for example 3, we're going to find the equation of the tangent line to the curve y equals square root of x minus 2 at the point 6, 2. So first thing, if I want to find the equation of the tangent line, sometimes they just say find the tangent line. They mean write an equation for the line. Then I need to know the slope and a point. And they've given me a point. And since this is the point that they've given me, that means that the x value that I care about is 6. That's the a value in my difference quotient. Okay, so if I want to find the slope, I'm going to apply the difference quotient formula, the limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. And I'm going to plug in the parts that I know. So from the point that I was given, I know that a is 6. And so I can plug that in here, and I can plug it in here. I don't know what h is because eventually I want to sub in 0, but I can't do it yet. I need to expand and simplify. When I plug this value in to my function, I'm going to get the root of 6 plus h minus 2, because it's going to just go in right here where x is. Likewise, when I plug in 6 for x, it's just going to go right here. I'm going to get the root of 6 minus 2. And it's still being divided by h, so I can't apply that limit. I can't plug in 0, and this limit notation is going to stay until I can actually apply that and plug in 0. Now, to get rid of h in the denominator, I can't factor this, but I can try to rationalize. So I'm simplifying my radical here, and then I'm going to rationalize my numerator. Remember, to rationalize, you're going to multiply by the radical with the opposite sign in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by that. Otherwise, it's going to change the value of my numerator. Okay, when I multiply like this, it's just like multiplying by 1. Temporarily, that's going to make my limit look more complicated because now I've got this radical in the denominator, but it's okay. Things are going to work out. I do notice that this 4 and this 4 cancel out. That's because when I multiply two radicals together, that cancels out the radical and leaves me with the 4 plus h. And remember that if I was doing FOIL here, I'd multiply these radicals to get 4 plus h. I'd multiply my outside terms to get 2 root 4 plus h. Multiply my inside terms to get negative 2 root 4 plus h, which would cancel, and with the second term, and then multiply negative 2 times 2 to get negative 4. So that's how I got my numerator, and I notice the 4's will also cancel each other out, and that leaves me with h over h times the root of 4 plus h plus 2. Now I've got an h in the numerator and an h in the denominator. I can cancel those out, and I'm very excited because it leaves me with an expression that I can apply this limit to using substitution. Okay, it is okay to plug in a 0 now for h. It's not going to divide by 0. So I apply that limit, I plug in 0 for h, and I don't have to write that limit notation anymore. And as I simplify, I end up with a slope of 1/4. Remember that that's not the whole question, because the question asked me to find the equation of the tangent line. So I had to find the slope. Now I'm going to write the equation of the tangent using the slope of 1/4 that I calculated and the point 6,2. Okay, I'm using point slope form here. I like that the best. I plug in my slope for m. I plug in this value for x1 and this value for y1. And I simplify. Okay. As I simplify, I end up with a slope in y equals mx plus b form, which gives me 1/4 x plus 2/4, or 1/2. Or if I want this to be in standard form, I bring everything to one side, and I remember that in standard form, we don't like to have fractions, especially in this first value, so I multiplied everything through by 4. And that is the end of our difference quotient lesson. Now we're going to be talking about how IB looks at this and how this relates to calculus. So continuing on, you'd be looking for lesson 14E. Thank you and have a good day. Stay safe.